In this one video, I'm going to solve a problem for both team leaders and agents on a team. It's John Cheplack coming to you, and I am here in beautiful Lake Louise for our annual mastermind we hold with some of the top team leaders from throughout North America, but that's not important. What's most important is this solution I have for you. I want to talk first of all to agents on a team. Do you ever sit and wonder, why does a team leader always micromanaging me? I don't need to use the Follow Up Boss app, and I don't need to use the dialer, and I don't need to use the CRM, and I don't need to come to all the meetings, and I don't need to come to the training, and I don't. I mean, listen, do you think the team leader sits up at night thinking, I want to be the boss, and I want to give these people rules, and I'm going to punish them if they break the law of real estate? No, here's the reason a team leader holds you accountable. Here is the reason a team leader is constantly maybe ratcheting up the amount of interaction that is required, the amount of calls that are required, the amount of texts that are required, the frequency, the cadence, and what to say. Here's why they're doing it. Because things are constantly changing. They're out in front of the game. So you trusted in them to be that visionary. You respect what they've accomplished. You respect the training that they have in place, okay, to support you to earn the income that you want. And so what they're doing is they are constantly holding up their end of the obligation. When that team leader comes to you with a new standard, with a new expectation, they're not sitting up at night thinking about how they can just rule your world. They're sitting up at night thinking about how they can support you to sell more real estate. Because here's the deal. If you're not productive, you're not going to stay with them. You know what's so funny is I'll see agents on a team leave the team because, well, they want me to do this and they want me to do that. Guess what? Everything that team leader wants you to do is supporting what you told them you wanted to have as an outcome. So, a couple pieces here. Agents, you know what you need to do? You need to be humble, vulnerable, okay, willing, and you need to make a commitment to be held accountable. See, for any business relationship to work, okay, there's got to be trust and respect, mutual trust and mutual respect. Obviously, you trusted in that team leader when you joined them. Obviously, you respect them, okay? You've got to trust the process. You've got to respect when they come to you to hold you accountable, okay? As long as they're holding you accountable the right way. The bottom line is this. These people have evolved to be team leaders because they've probably got a pretty successful sales track record, okay? And they have not only been able to do it themselves, they've been able to transfer their skill set to others. Look around you. Okay, there's probably some people on your team that are doing pretty good. What are they doing? Listen, I've done thousands and thousands of coaching calls with 50, 60, 70 agents on a Zoom. I've been in training rooms. And you know what I always ask the agent that's doing really, really well? We check in first quarter, we check in mid-year, we check in the end of year. What'd you do? They kind of humbly just say, I just did what the team leader told me to do. I'm talking about teams where agents are selling 30, 40, and 50 homes their first year. They're surpassing the OGs that are on these teams. And they continue to do it. And guess what? Year after year after year, because I have long-term clients that have stayed with me upwards of 6.5, 7 years, okay? And you always ask them year after year, so you sold another 40 homes, you sold another 50 homes with a quality of life. What do? I just do what the team leader tells me to do. I just trust the process. I just follow the process. So, team leaders, here's where I'm going to challenge you. You know what? You're not doing your job if you are backing off holding your agents accountable. You are not. You are lacking integrity as a team leader because you know what your agents need to do. You know what they need to do. But if you're sitting back as a hostage concerned that they're going to leave you, it's a disservice. They're going to leave you for sure, because I'm going to promise you this. If you're not holding them accountable, especially in a marketplace like this that requires high-level activity, that requires skills, they're going to fail and they're going to leave you. So it's pick your poison. And a lot of it for team leaders is listen, season, reason, lifetime. I talked about that in an earlier video that I did. Agents are going to be with you for a season. They're going to be with you for a reason, okay? And you're going to impact them for a lifetime. That's the objective. Our hope is that, agents, why would you want to have your desk on wheels? Why would you keep moving around? Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Trying to cut a deal. You know the energy it takes to even be thinking about where I need to go or what's happening over here or what's happening over there. And listen, I'm brand agnostic. Here's what you need to focus on, agents. You need to focus on and ask yourself this: am I following the process of the leader that I trusted, respected, and joined, and made a decision for my family to partner with them because I knew they could support what I wanted to have happen for my family? Agents, that's what you've got to ask yourself. And you've got to ask yourself, when you're resisting a rollout of a new standard, of a new expectation, ask yourself this: well, they sat up at night trying to think of ways that they can just micromanage me. Yep, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Or, wow, you know what they've been doing? They've been paying attention to what's going on in the marketplace. They're sitting in rooms with some of the highest performers in the world, and they're finding out what's working real time, and they're acting quickly, and that leader is having integrity, and that leader is sharing with me what is working and what can support my hopes, dreams, and desires. So here's what I would say. Team leaders, number one, you need to hold your agents accountable with love and support, not judge and condemn them. Use what words, not why words, that puts people on defense. And agents, you need to be humble, vulnerable, transparent. Because the bottom line is, agents on a team right now, I can promise you this: if you're not getting the sales that you want, you're not doing enough activity, number one, and number two, you're not following the proven sales process. Just a little bit, you're tweaking it. Maybe you're doing all the activity, but you're not getting the sales, you're not following the process. Here's the good news. Or possibly, there's a skill issue. Well, guess what? I'll promise you this: you're with a team leader that can build your skills. Stop looking around and blaming everything and everyone outside of you, team leaders and agents on a team. Look in the mirror and ask yourself if you're showing up at the highest level. We're in a good spot. Peace.